So, Act 2, Part 2, Ground Zero.
Oh, map says you're heading towards a storage facility for, Meyer Joyce particles and harvesting equipment.
Joyce particles? This whole operation is based on my brother's research.
Your bro? You don't think he's working for...
No. I don't know what to think, but Paul is up to something big. See if you can find out more.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Let's do this. Weapons free! Engaging!
Thought you could blow that up.
What? Positive IT on Joyce.
It's weird. What's this pistol? Looks wicked.
Moving in on target!
Getting slaughtered here. How do these blow up?
You see that? Suppressing fire!
Don't know, I don't think they do anything.
Come get him! Shield!
Oh, you fucker. So until we killed them, we can't do anything to the collectible. This is really awkward. Seems they're up high.
Big try! Fire support!
How'd you like that?
Nick, I'm in the harvesting warehouse.
Looks like there's no clear exit on the ground level. Head for the upper floors when you're ready.
Here we go.
Sophia Amaral. Monarch's resident Chronon scientist. No clear exit down here.
Oh, she must know a
May
lot
have
of
to
the
head
same
upward.
stuff Will did.
There's gotta be something I can use to get up there.
How do these work? Fuck nice. What if I push this next to it and then blow it up?
This resulted in extremely dense emissions of chronon particles, creating perfect conditions for extraction, which led to the chronon harvesting operation PCTA. All of Monarch's chronon technology,
That's it. Keep going, keep going.
the chronon will pregnant, or
Should be close enough, really. Fuck it, knocked it over.
When the time is right, the entire supply of chronon containers will be transported from this location to the Monarch headquarters, where the CFR is located.
Right, let's see what happens. I don't do nothing. Another email here. Sending a quick email to make sure all divisions of the Chronon R&D department are on schedule. As you know, Monarch will be moving to Phase 3 on October 9th upon completion of the University operation. High-level milestone deliverables for Phase 2 are as follows. Ground Zero harvesting up. By the end of Phase 2, we expect to have officially harvested enough Chronon particles from the Ground Zero operation to fuel necessary Chronon tech indefinitely. Access to the red zone should be completely prohibited from this point forward. All harvesting equipment will be dismantled and returned to Monarch Tower during Phase 3. All research regarding the CFR must be complete and the CFR must be returned to Monarch Tower for safekeeping. Lifeboat. Prototype testing phase of the lifeboat should be complete. Further testing will commence once the CFR is returned to Monarch Tower. Chronon Tech. Alpha build tech must be complete for all armor and weaponry. Beta tech will commence during Phase 3. Dampener must have reached approved proof of concept deliverables. Please read the milestone booklet to make sure all departmental deliveries are achieved. Proper geek shit. Right. So how would we get up there to that? We can't climb. Anything else around here? What am I missing then? Oh, there you go. Alright, that would have just been to land on someone's fucking head. How the fuck do we get over there? Oh, that is awesome.
Not your average elevator.
That was cool as fuck.
Hey, Jack. I found a bunch of files here about your bro. Monarch started monitoring his workshop in 1999. And they pressured him to sell in 2010 and set up some chronon harvesting operation surrounding the building.
Oh, I thought there was something down here.
What's Will doing in there?
Oh, there is.
Dates, 1999 and 2010 keep coming up in these files. Here is where it gets scary. 2010 minus 1999 equals 11. Times 11 by 2010, flip it backwards, 01122. It's not exact, but it's like a couple numbers off from being our zip code.
Uh-huh. Keep me posted.
Oh, we only got 70% on that. Oh, we missed 1, 2, 3. Wow, really? We missed that many chronon sources? 5. So we got all the intel, but not the chronon sources. Fuck knows how I missed them. Pretty sure I looked everywhere I could. So we can jump down or carry on there. Let's jump down and have a look. It looks like we can get back up here anyway. Got ourselves another chronon point.
Alright, that's it.
Alright, we've nearly got level 1 of everything. We just need to get one more. I don't think there's anything down here. I'll look anyway. No chronons down here.
Okay. Getting closer, I think. Now, which way's the dry dock?
Is that chronon up there? Right, so they could be above us and stuff now. Let's go do that last one pointer. Increase blast radius. Oh, that one actually cost 2. Okay. No problem. Trailer generator crapped itself, hooked up the car, used that until maintenance gets around this.
Okay, looks like the trailer has power now.
I got that briefcase we lifted from William Joyce's car. Laid out the contents in the trailer. You want me to go through?
No. Serene wants the first look. Till then, hands off.
In the trailer we go.
Paul's men had taken the briefcase from Will's car, dumped the contents on the table. Will had said he needed something from his briefcase to stop the fracture. Wasn't much there but his phone and a key to the Bradbury swimming pool. Not the most obvious clues.
Jack, it's Beth. Monarch got footage of some idiot accessing Facebook.
Oh, idiot.
Please tell me said idiot isn't with you.
Nick, I gotta go back.
Fuck's sake.
Don't. I'll pick him up. Where are you?
I'm on my way to Paul at the dry docks.
Serene's not the priority. I'm getting you out of there. I'll meet you at the dry docks. Channel 1 is the Monarch frequency. Use it to keep ahead of them. And Jack, don't do anything stupid.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
We haven't talked too much, but I'm one of Serene's guys from Reaper Squad, working around all this time tech stuff, or chronon tech you call it, I guess. Got me real inspired, so I started writing a screenplay. There's a lot of science talk in here, so I want a scientist to check it and make sure it kind of makes sense. Would you mind taking a look? Thanks. Here is the first half. Time Knife, written by Bruce Livingston. Act 1. International Office Night. Bruce Savage stands in his office. He is sexually attractive. Somebody knocks on Bruce's door and he opens it. It's a scientist lady. She looks like a librarian with glasses, but she is actually a scientist. You can tell because she has a lab coat. Lady scientist, help me. Bruce, okay. Lady scientist, take this knife because some bad apples are trying to steal it and it is very important. Bruce, okay. Lady scientist, what is your name, handsome? Bruce, I'm Bruce. Let's shake hands. Bruce and lady scientist shake hands. Lady scientist, wow, you almost broke my hand with that handshake. You are definitely a tough guy. She is impressed with Bruce's strength. She looks at his large biceps like they are delicious pieces of ham, but she doesn't want to eat them. Lady scientist, here is the knife. The lady scientist hands Bruce the knife. It looks mostly like a knife, but also like a time machine, because it is both a knife and a time machine, but Bruce doesn't know that yet. Goons break through the windows and shoot the scientist lady. She dies. Scientist lady, avenge me. Bruce, okay. Bruce kills the goons with his legs by doing lots of kicking at them. They are dead real quick. Bruce, looks like I got a leg up on you guys. The audience probably laughs here, so Bruce waits to deliver his next line for around 5 seconds so that everyone has calmed down. Bruce, what is so special about this knife? Bruce stabs the knife into his chair. The chair disappears. Bruce, the chair disappeared. He looks at a picture on his wall, which is a big photograph from 1932 with lots of people from 1932 in it. Bruce's chair is in the picture. Bruce, interesting. My chair travelled back in time to 1932 when I stabbed it. When I stab things, they travel through time. That explains why this knife looks like a knife, but also like a time machine, because it is both. Bruce's real goofy friend from across the hall runs into the room. He trips on something on the floor. His name is Slobbo. He isn't as fat as his name sounds. Slobbo. Oh yeah! That is Slobbo's catchphrase, and he says it in a real funny way. Scientist lady, Bruce, you saved my life. The scientist lady was only faking being dead. Scientist lady, are you married? Bruce, only to my job. I find that attractive but also respectable. She kisses Bruce's cheek. Slobbo, what about my cheek? Oh man. That is Slobbo's other catchphrase, which he says in a different but equally funny way. Bruce waits a few seconds for the audience to stop laughing before speaking. Bruce, wait, those lips were man lips, not woman lips. Bruce pulls off the scientist lady's wig. She's actually Bruce's boss, Paul Marine. Paul Marine is a douche. Bruce, my boss. But why? Paul Marine, I wanted you to kill these guys because they wanted me dead. I knew you were real tough so you could kill them easy, but I don't respect you as an employee, so I always make you do shitty jobs. Even though you've been working at my company more than most of the other guys and are real smart. Also, I don't like you because my girlfriend finds you sexually attractive. Bruce, now I understand. Paul Marine, give me my time knife back. Paul Marine snaps his fingers and 73 goons surround Bruce. Paul Marine, you can't kill 73 goons, so just give it up. Bruce, I don't have time for this. Bruce stabs himself with a time knife and disappears. Slobbo, he time travelled using the time knife. Bruce opens the door. Now he is twice as jacked. Paul Marine, I can't read anymore. This is so goofy. Fucking hell. Just scanning through it, it's just like an ultimate cheese. Like this is a joke. Fucking hell. That's funny though. It was funny. Fucking hell, I'd love to see her reply. She probably wouldn't even reply because it's so fucking dumb. Oh, we've just done loads of reading, now there's loads more. It's only a short one, let's do it. Nothing changes, we move forward. The university fallout was a setback, but we can use these complications to our advantage. Paul is focused on phase 3 of the plan. He is questioning if there are traitors within Monarch, but I'm confident that he does not know where to look for them. I'll make sure to shift the blame elsewhere. The gala is going ahead tonight, that is when we make our next move. You take care of the preparations, make sure Dr. Kim's lab is ready for detonation. I'll make sure that Paul is sufficiently distracted as to not question our involvement. What the hell? The university operation gathered far more attention than we expected. How does this impact our agenda moving forward? I'm concerned that Paul Serene will be paying closer attention to our actions. Perhaps we should delay making our move until things calm down. Wow, so they're really looking to take over Monarch. Fucking hell. So there's some type of internal struggle going on. Well, obviously Paul Serene would guess that. Because he's a time traveler, he's seen the end. He's probably going to blow everyone up in the gala. You don't need him anymore or something. The wall's all fucked up. Don't think there's any Chronons in here. Why is that arrow pointing that way? Is there something up above? Oh, we ain't getting up there anyway, so can't really see a way up.
It's locked. There's gotta be another way to get through here.
No Chronons. That pistol's awesome.
Jesus! Closer.
HQ, we just heard an explosion near the harvesting perimeter.
Can't take a wild guess who that could have been.
Charlie, get off the line. Striker team, take defensive positions around ground zero.
Roger.
Fuck, did you get up there? Fuck's sake. Aha, there you go. Right, so we're not going back through there.
I recognized Will's workshop as soon as I saw the old billboard on top.
The area we refer to as ground zero.
It was clear that the workshop was the center of the modern operation. I wanted to see what's in there. See the beginning of the ride on.
Everybody move! Look at him! Suppressing fire! It's that kid from the university!
Oh shit. He blew his head off. Oh no. I don't know if you can shoot through that little fence.
Striker 1, we're experiencing signs of an incoming stutter.
Safeguard. I want Joyce contained before that stutter hits.
What the hell?
I think it's already blown up, that thing. Fuck it. What other guns are there? Huh. Where's that other gun I had? I want to reload that now. There you go.
You got nowhere to go!
I bet we've missed loads of those Chronons, man. So I'm looking for, I only found a couple. Right, so we got some more coming through.
Nice driving, guys.
I know I'm gonna miss some of them fucking Chronon things. Should rather look everywhere. More shit here. Oh, just a pure action set piece. So how do we get past? Should we just blow them up? Alright, there you go. Ooh. The hell? Enemies have the powers as well. That's wicked.
Paul developed technology for his men to move through stutters. He knew the fracture would occur. Prepared for it.
Holy shit.
Yet he never tried to stop it.
That is cool. Bitch! Oh, there's more. Shit. Good, I've got their gun now.
Will never told you what he did in that workshop at Ground Zero?
No, never. He hid that part of his life from me.
Where's these motherfucking Chronons?
Waiting there. And even that was just a prelude to the bad stuff that would follow in that same place later.
Where are the Chronons? It's like quite a big area. There must be one hid away somewhere.
It's the only way forward. Absolutely no entry. Well, I'm pretty sure that's more of a guideline than a rule. What the hell? What is this?
What the fuck? This area is like totally different.
What the hell? What is this? That already happened. What the fuck?
That is crazy. Awesome though.
I specifically requested copper-clad niobium.
Well.
Wow, this is mad.
There's no words to describe it. Will was gone, but he was all around me. This entire secret life he'd never taught me.
Amazing.
Everything he tried to protect me from. It surrounded me. A puzzle. Trapped in broken time.
This is really amazing how they do this.
We all thought he wasted his research grant, his career, obsessing over some failed experiment. That's what he led us to.
Oh, he went to remake it and he did it all himself.
It never failed. It works. It works.
Amazing.
Need my grant extended another year. Please, don't do this. Hello?
Can't believe he like spent all this time building it himself. Oh, you're right, you can't go through there. Look at them old monitors. And he just slept just on a little mattress like that. Dude's fucking crazy.
Countermeasure.
I hope to God this works.
Just imagine having a brain like that.
It's gone.
This is what they obviously wanted.
Come with me. I can survive this.
You're the only other one who's seen what I've seen.
Do it, don't.
Give me the advice.
Holy shit.
I knew something went horribly wrong there, but it was scrambled. It's impossible to crack.
Really messed up. The hell? A link to the future. You've located one quantum ripple and one intel item. Oh, thank you very much for that achievement. I love these little paintings on the walls, man. They're fucking cool.
It was overwhelming. Every unanswered question I had was compounded by what I'd seen at that workshop. The events at the university were part of something much bigger. Something that had started 17 years ago.
Okay, dry dock. Get to the dry dock. I'm almost there. Gotta get to Paul.
From Charlie Wincott. Trespasser alert. Oh, right, the taxi driver. Nick Masters has escaped containment and is in the goddamn security station. Who's the fucking meathead responsible for watching over the university witnesses? Consider your contract terminated. How some spindly cab driver managed to get past you guys is beyond me. But he's casually checking Facebook on a high security Monarch terminal. Yes, Facebook. That's how safe he feels right now. Converge on his location immediately before he figures out how to do some actual damage. Oh, and remember Jack Joyce, the guy you were supposed to have apprehended? Yeah, he's still shooting his way through our entire operation. Get your shit together. few bots down there. 2. So we ain't getting around that. Looks like we're going in.
Enemy spotted!
There was something wrong with Paul. Chronon syndrome. He'd had his powers much longer than me. What was the cause? Was I sick as well, or was it his time travel? I didn't know.
So,
It didn't make anything he'd done any less hateful.
Paul's treatments are becoming increasingly ineffective, and I hypothesized that the onset of the fracture will increase the Chronon syndrome's rate of progression exponentially. I've been trying to take a more calculated approach at finding a permanent cure for Paul's sickness, but Martin Hatch has shifted all the necessary resources into our tech division instead. I'm beginning to question his behaviour. Every attempt I've made to discover a cure has been met with Martin's red tape. Just between us, I do start to wonder if Martin even wants Paul to be cured. I've looked into Martin's past. He began work for Monarch in 2001, but I couldn't find any records about his past or any aspect of his life before then. It's almost as if he just appeared out of nowhere. He was the only one present during the accident that claimed Dr. Kim's life. I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I do wonder what his agenda truly is. Regarding your question, unfortunately there is nothing of value in Dr. Kim's lab, aside from Paul Serene's treatments and confidential files that would be of no use to your research. We'll have to find another way to develop a cure. There's a reply. Dr. Amara, would it be possible for me to gain access to Dr. Kim's lab in order to search for any files that might assist in our research? I'm concerned about the slow progress in developing a permanent cure for Paul Serene's Chronon syndrome. The treatments are only a temporary solution. I know that Dr. Kim was close to discovering a cure at the time of his death. I know that you use this lab to administer Paul Serene's treatments, but if I could borrow your keycard during the gala tonight, perhaps I could investigate this further while everybody is occupied with other matters. Sudden Stop. The Sudden Stop, the final Alex Casey novel by Alan Wake. This copy is signed by the author and dedicated to Emily Burke. Oh, that's fucking awesome. I really want Remedy to do another Alan Wake game. I know I've said that earlier in this video, but fucking, I loved that game. From Beth Wilder, R.E. Jack. Fiona, William Joyce is dead. Our only shot at stopping this thing is Jack. He can lead us to the countermeasure. I still believe that. Serene got to Jack first at the university. Too much heat for me to intervene. He's being moved to Ground Zero. I'm following the convoy there and will rescue him once his transport is past security checkpoints. Not going to be easy, but it might be our only shot. Keep Charlie Wincott distracted so he's not looking over the security feeds. My cover won't last much longer. You need to be my eyes on the inside. I agree you should check into Dr. Kim's lab and let me know what to find. I know gaining access will be difficult, but with the gala tonight you might have a window. You might be able to steal Dr. Amara's keycard. I'll contact you once I'm on the other side. Beth, they're saying that William and Jack Joyce have both been detained. Did you manage to get to William first? Did you reveal the location of the countermeasure? You said you could get Jack out of there. What happened? Interesting developments over here, with the team focused on the university op. I managed to dig through an old email correspondence between Paul Serene and Dr. Kim. The content of the messages is very cryptic, but before he died, Kim was running some kind of test from his lab, and William's research and a device related to this was somehow connected to what he was doing. Did you know about the countermeasure? I think I need to get into Kim's lab and find out more. But that place has been on restricted access since he died. Not a lot of choice though. If Jack and William are in custody, then that lab may be our only lead left. I'm just not sure how to do it. I sure as hell can't just ask somebody to let me in there. So I guess we'd go that way, but let's check the rest of the warehouse. There's got to be something here. There you go. So that leads us to Chronons then. Right, I've only got 4. I think we've got 2 points now ready to do the increased blast radius. There you go, so you've got level 1 of everything now. Oh, right. So that circle would tell you if there's anything in the room. That's wicked. Now we know what that means.
Yeah.
That was Alan Wake's sound, that was.
You have to understand that Will forced my hand.
What the hell happened to you?
There's no use fighting.
You killed him!
I'll explain when the time is right. You'll meet me tonight at the Monarch Gala.
Gala? Time's ending and you're having a fucking party.
Because when time ends, my plan...
We do this now. I'm not meeting
yes,
you at...
you are. I've already seen it happen.
Seen what? What's this all for?
Goodbye, Jack.
No!
Fucking hell, there's loads of these emails. Sir, given the very recent events at the dry docks, I now see exactly what you mean. Clearly you were right about Burke's loyalties being more fickle than they appeared. Of course, we have plenty of unanswered questions about how it came to this. To begin with, I don't see why Burke would be involved with Joyce. There's no way he did it out of some kind of altruistic urge. There has to be more to it. We know Burke didn't divert Joyce's transport, since whereabouts at that time are unaccounted for. So there has to be somebody else involved too. I'm looking into it. Clarice, I understand why you consider Mr. Burke an asset to our future plans. Unfortunately, while he is an exceptional individual, he is less suitable for the kind of duties you have in mind. That may be immediately obvious. I'll explain. Yes, he's been trained as a striker, but Mr. Burke was disqualified, and for good reason. The men we have chosen to be strikers have strict physical requirements, a certain moral flexibility, and the kind of killer instinct you have to be born with, cultivated to a fine degree, a ferocious knack for survival. Mr. Burke certainly has those qualities. He wasn't disqualified from the striker program because he lacked them, or because he couldn't wrap his head around the technical aspects of operating the technology. In fact, his performance was exceptional, so I fully agree with you that he's an impressive operative. But strikers, by their very nature, have to be made aware of Project Lifeboat and its purpose, at least on a general level. And that means they have to be able to accept its implications. Unfortunately, Mr. Burke has a deep attachment to his wife, and the fact is that even if we brought Mr. Burke in, that wouldn't guarantee a spot for her in the program. To be blunt, we don't need any more nurses, and we're already at capacity overall. We need Mr. Burke, but we don't need his wife. Mr. Burke would never accept that, particularly now that Mrs. Burke is pregnant. Therefore, it's vital that he doesn't understand the nature and scope of the threat we face. As for having him play a role in other aspects of future developments, I suspect that despite his seemingly... Shoving a yawn there as it's late. Despite his seemingly immoral nature, Mr. Burke may have other qualms he's not consciously aware of. If he ever has to truly make a choice between conflicting loyalties, he may take a stand on principle and elect to act against his own best interests. That's a chance I'm not willing to take. Fucking hell, another reply. Sir, I've been thinking about Liam Burke. I know you've worked closely with him for a while now, and he's been useful, but there are assignments we can't use him for because of his insufficient security clearance. For instance, having to keep him in the dark about much of what will happen at the university, about the starters we're expecting, about where it will lead, makes him far less effective field operative than I prefer and causes quite a bit of logistical difficulty, given that he's still going to be a part of the operation. And frankly, it feels like wasted potential. I'd like you to consider the possibility of bringing Burke into the fold. He's completed most of the striker training, and even though he didn't finish the program, he made an impression on me as a tremendous capable asset. His service record is exemplary, and he has a well-earned reputation as somebody who gets things done, no questions asked. But the same token, I would love to include Burke in our long-term plans. We could use a man like him in our corner, and I could deploy him far more effectively. Let me know what you think. I swear it's like every time I read a long email I yawn, man. I'm just so tired. Fucking knackered, man. I always end up recording my videos late for some reason. Right, looks like we've got a Chronon. I'm so glad I figured that out now. So when you press Y, that little circle will tell you if there's a Chronon nearby. Fucking hell! Look how long that is. Martin, first of all, I have to again register my objection. What you are having me do under the guise of a psych evaluation is a blatant violation of Liam Burke's doctor-patient confidentiality. And the only reason I'm doing this is because you leave me no other choice. Now I recognise that in the world to come... Fucking yawning. Our current rules and legislation, even our standards of morality, may no longer be applicable. But we aren't there yet. You and Mr. Serene are placing the long-term mental well-beings of hundreds of individuals in my hands. And I'm telling you right now, if they don't trust not only me, but the system, that put all of us in our particular positions, there's no way we can recover from it. On to Burke. It's my considered professional opinion that the man is a bit of a powder keg. For all his calm exterior, he's under tremendous pressure. I understand your reasoning for pulling him out of the striker program, but what you have essentially done is instill in him a sense of encroaching doom. He doesn't know the specifics, obviously. He didn't make it far enough in the program to be briefed on that, but he knows that we're preparing for a future threat that is somehow related to the flow of time being interrupted, and that there are dangers out there, dangers that we have specifically been training the striker units for. There are men who are content to merely follow orders and let others worry about the consequences. Burke is not one of them. He is willing to commit acts of violence without asking why, but don't mistake the lack of qualms for blind obedience. Burke needs agency. He has a fundamental need to feel in control of his life, and you have put him in a position where that's no longer possible for him. He's good at seeing patterns and drawing accurate conclusions from the facts available to him, and he has deduced quite correctly that he was being trained for a specific scenario that Monarch believes will happen. He's also painfully aware of the fact that if and when that scenario arrives, he will not be part of the solution. He understands the nature of the striker suits, that they are only useful in a zero-state situation, and he understands that in such a situation a man without a striker suit is essentially dead. He doesn't know about the lifeboat protocol, obviously, but if he did, he'd then also know he's not part of it. Either way, the bottom line is that he's in a hopeless situation. He fears that the end of the world is coming, and he knows that if it does, the only way he could survive is with the technology Monarch has denied him access to. He doesn't understand the details or the exact nature of that end of the world, but that just makes it worse. Fear and lack of understanding breed tremendous anxiety. Mr. Hatch, he may not show it, but believe me, Burke feels it. For example, and for his family, it may interest you to know that his wife is pregnant. You can understand how that adds to the pressure. To be honest, given the parameters we're operating under, I don't know how to resolve this. In Burke, you have a tremendously efficient operative, but you have put him in an impossible position. I believe he will remain effective as long as he doesn't have reason to believe the scenario he fears is imminent. But once he believes it has arrived, all bets are off, that is, unless you can give him hope of survival. But at this point, resentment and suspicion are starting to turn into paranoia, and frankly, I'm not sure you would trust either of us anymore. And speaking of trust, I recommend you think about what I said in my opening paragraph, Martin. Our greatest challenge and greatest assets in the subjective years to come won't be technological, but all too human. Don't make the mistake seeing people as just entries on a spreadsheet. Damn, that was a motherfucking long one. thought we'd have a look in there, but we can't go in there. Fucking hell! Yo, so I looked into this Nick Masters guy. In short, he's a sad little joke. I don't even know why we wasted time on him. He used to be a pretty promising football player. He actually got drafted by the Rexes, which I guess you consider an achievement if you give a shit about that sort of thing. Which I don't. Not that he ever went anywhere, because he messed up his knee in a car crash on the night of getting the news, and that was it for his big career. There's no police report on this, but looking at his social media at the time, seems like he was out celebrating pretty hard. So I'm pretty sure he had no business getting behind the wheel in the first place. In an apparent attempt to prove the universe runs on irony, he now drives a cab. License and permits check out. He's got 8 unpaid parking tickets, a couple more for speeding, pretty much what you'd expect. No relatives except his father, but the old man's in the hospital and pretty much dead to the world from what I can tell. Looks like Masters on a dozen different dating apps with very limited access. Big surprise, and he seems to be seriously into weird conspiracy theories and bullshit like that, only without the usual crazy racist frothing at the mouth. It's all pretty dumb, but surprisingly entertaining. I'll be honest, I don't think anybody would believe anything he said, but hey, you guys do with him whoever you want. That's your business, Charlie. That's all narrative objectives. So we're gonna have a fucking little firefight ahead if it's giving us all ammo now. Found ya. There's one more. So how many points we got now? 2. That's 4.
Sir.
Paul.
Stop! Come back, goddammit!
Don't.
Holy shit. If that's the end of this stage, I must have missed one Chronon.
Holy shit. Gotta move. Come on.
Alright. Too close.
Okay. Focus, Jack. Focus.
Alright, don't fall on us. Fuck. No. Fuck! I was nowhere near it, you ass.
Okay. Focus, Jack. Focus.
Made it. Hell yeah.
Stutters were getting bad. He's shifting back and forth without warning. At the time, I didn't think it could get much worse.
but we both know it did.
Wow, this is dangerous.
That's gotta hurt.
Made it. Crazy.
Need to get the hell out of here.
So I estimate I probably missed 1 chronon on this level. Wrong way, maybe. Shit.
Jesus! Cutting a little close, Jack. It's like a goddamn maze.
What the fuck? Get up there. Come on now. Why aren't you climbing up? Fucking melt. Fuck's sake. Get up there, you fucking spazoid. Why aren't you climbing up there, you fucking prick? Fucking gimp.
Okay, keep going. No, not again. How am I getting out of this? There we go.
Oh, there's loads of them.
That's my cue.
Oh, he's there. Die, asshole.
Beth had been on her way to meet me. I expected she was frozen somewhere up there, by the side of the dry dock.
So there's no Chronon in this area. How do these even blow up? Oh, maybe it's like a permanent thing, I don't know. Anyway. Let's move on.
My exact words were don't do anything stupid.
I've never been a great listener.
Well, time to start. Get in.
What if I don't trust you?
Then shoot me.
Look, I'm sorry, but I'm taking the van.
That's for not listening to me back.
Heh.
You want to stop time from breaking down? You need my help. And thanks, by the way, for the +1 in the back seat. Starting to feel like a goddamn babysitter.
She scares me, Jack.
Huh.
My ride, my music. Deal with it.
I love this song.